Well, if you've been paying attention to Greg Weisman's Twitter account, you've seen, well, a lot of gargoyles. But if you're paying close attention, he is still breathing a lot of life into Young Justice. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about what Greg has been focusing on and what it could mean for the future of Young Justice and a potential Young Justice Season 5. Well, if you've been following Greg Weisman over on Twitter, you know he is probably one of the most active developers out there. Historically, for us Young Justice fans, he's super responsive and he answers all of our questions. But you may have noticed a bit of a different focus recently. Now, I follow Greg's account pretty closely, and I have noticed a lot of Gargoyles content. He's got several Gargoyles projects coming up. Now, I am a fan of Gargoyles, but it's nothing for me compared to Young Justice. And I did notice some Young Justice teases. Now, in the Young Justice world, there's almost 800 characters, and not all of those characters have been named. Greg's been taking to Twitter the last couple of days, posting these very kind of odd little tweets. Let's check a couple of them out. There are some very familiar names in there, as well as some invented that remind me of certain creators. Now, as you see, there's a number along with a name, and these are Greg naming some of the previously unnamed characters in Young Justice. Now, as he names these, when you go over to the wiki, you can start to see some entries for each of these characters. For example, Greg posted number 764 is Justin King IV, and if you head over to the wiki, you will now find an updated entry for that character. In this case, it's when Artemis imagined a new life with Wally, we saw some degrees and both of them were signed by Justin King IV, who is the president of Royal University. Now, this is just Greg fleshing out a lot of minor characters, but once again, this is how you breathe life into this franchise and create a more cohesive world people can relate to. We just finished up the Young Justice Targets comics, and keeping the world alive I think is really, really important. Actually, if you haven't bought those comics yet, it's super important that you do. These books will probably be key in deciding whether we get a new season. Right now, the individual issues are available in physical and digital format, and next summer there's going to be a compilation of all 6 issues in one trade, which will probably be the thing you need to buy in order to help get the show moving forward. Now, as for Greg's post, keep an eye on his page. What this suggests to me is he's still in talks or very active with the Young Justice project. Now, when I say talks, I mean talks within his creative crew. He's made it pretty clear he hasn't talked to Gunn as of yet, but I don't think the project is dead. Clearly, James Gunn is focusing on the DCU and the movies, but he has made it pretty clear individual projects and standalone projects will still exist in his DC world. He spoke specifically to Harley Quinn, but Young Justice is quite honestly one of the most popular cartoons DC has ever done, and I think they'll be looking for more and more goodwill as they make those changes on the movie side that might irritate some of the fan base. Obviously, we're big Young Justice fans, so I love these little tidbits of information and Greg fleshing out the world even further. Hopefully he continues these over the next couple of days, and maybe it'll lead to some more announcements. As I've said many times, I'm not really expecting any new Season 5 news until Comic-Con, and I think that's a best case scenario. That trade paperback comes out next summer, and honestly, I think they'll be leaning on those sales in order to determine if they move to a new season. If this is really important to you, once again, make sure you buy all of those products. I tried to link them down below. They are affiliate links, so I wanted to disclose that, but this is really how we make this next season happen. Now, obviously, everything Young Justice is going to get reported on this channel, so make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll bring you the news right away. But until we know more, what do you guys think? How do you feel about Greg Weisman teasing these characters from the Earth 16 universe? And does it make the universe feel more real to you as he defines more and more of these classic DC characters? Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.